Good afternoon and welcome to the Siesta show. This is the second in our series of cooking programs, and due to popular demand I'm back to do a few more recipes for you to try at home, and I hope you like this one. Today we're going to be doing the Huevos a la Flamenca. It's a dish that originates in the Andalusian region, of which Seville is the capital, so you'll find that there's many recipes of it online. Obviously personal preference comes into it, but this is one which is pretty classic, so I hope you enjoy it. I'll take you through the ingredients. We're going to have 1 onion and 2 cloves of garlic. We have a couple of diced potatoes, a small dice. We're going to have some chorizo and some jamón serrano. We're also going to have some garden peas, since it's huevos a la flamenca, which is Spanish for eggs, as you probably already know. We're going to have some eggs as well. This here is what is known in Spanish as pimiento morrón. This is a sweet red pepper which gives a really nice taste to the dish. And we also have over here, at the risk of confusing Justin, some tomate frito and plenty of olive oil on the pans which we've already been heating up. Huevos a la flamenca is basically eggs which rest in a bed of a tomato sofrito, as it's called in Spain, which is essentially a very well cooked onion, garlic and tomato sauce, and it's used as a base for many dishes in Spain. Here we'll have the sofrito with a bit of chorizo, with a bit of pimiento morrón, which is the sweet red peppers we've got here, and the peas, and then we're going to crack the egg over it to put it in the oven and let it cook, and you'll see it actually makes for quite an appetizing serving dish. Right, I think we're probably going to get close to cooking temperature, so we're going to start frying off the onion and the garlic. Temperature's nice. Remember always, as I said in the last show, try and put the onion in first to take the heat out of the pan, but since the pan's not too hot today, it's okay. And we're going to fry these for about, I don't know, 6-7 minutes maybe, or until the onion has softened. You don't want to get too much colour in there, you just want to sweat the onions off. Keep an eye on that. If you check the oil for the potato, it's starting to get nice and hot there now as well, so we're just going to brown off these potatoes in some olive oil. Now, huevos a la flamenca, what's the origin of the word flamenco? There are various versions of the origins of the word flamenco. One says that it comes from the Dutch for Flanders, and some say that the name flamenco was given to the gypsy communities that set up in Andalusia when they were given equal rights during the 19th century. They had been called gitanos, but when they accrued these rights, they just wanted to get rid of that name, so they called themselves flamenco. Another version is that it comes from an Arab word which means errant countryman. Really, which one you believe is up to you, but if you Google it, I'm sure you'll find plenty of explanations far better delivered than my own. We're going to go away for a couple of minutes, wait for everything to start cooking, and we'll be back in no time at all. Well, thank you very much for joining us again. We're just finishing off frying the potatoes. We've got the onions with a bit of colour there and flavour, which is what we want. So what we're going to add now is a tomato. Oh, that's coming out every which way. Now this tomato here is already the fried variety already. You could use just the natural one, which is going to take on the flavour of the onions and the garlic when you fry it, but if you go with the tomate frito from the outset, you know, you're just going to get a bit more flavour. Again, you can make of this recipe what you will and what you like. There's no hard and fast rules. I didn't get this way by being picky. And this is the sofrito, the base sauce, from which a lot of dishes, or rather which are the beginning of the life of many Spanish dishes and recipes. I'm going to let that fry a little bit, and what we're going to do after a couple of minutes is we're going to add the red peppers and the other ingredients as well. Here we're looking at the potatoes, which are browning nicely. You just want to give them a bit of colour and a bit of texture, because that'll really make these quite special. Join us in a minute or two when we'll take you to the next step of the recipe. And we're back. We've just put the potatoes, we've just set them aside, we've fried them off a little bit and set them aside. We're just going to leave them there for a little bit, and this has been frying off nicely, so the tomato's been taking on the flavour of the garlic and the onions. what we're going to do now is we're going to add the peppers. This is all going to add flavour to the base sofrito, right? We've added that. We're going to add a few slices of chorizo, which are going to cook in the tomato sauce. Again, everything here was pre-prepared so that we could get through it nice and quickly, keep it nice and brief. And why not just a little bit more there, eh? As this starts to cook, the chorizo will start to give off a few of its oils and infuse the sauce with a lot of flavor. Actually, you'll find is really nice. We'll let that fry off. We'll add the peas later on, because we're going to need to fry this off for a while to make sure the chorizo's cooked. But we're getting close to the end here. So come back in a couple of seconds and we'll see how we get along. So we've been frying this now for 3 or 4 minutes. So the chorizo has released some of its oils and flavored this whole thing, and it's tasty. It's smelling actually very nice. What we're going to do is we're going to add the peas in now, and we're going to mix that all in. There's some really nice colours going on, which is part of this dish really. The colours as well of the cazuelas, or the little earthenware dishes that we're going to use. I don't know. It just makes it something different on the dinner table. Really something quite fun. So we're going to let this simmer for a couple of 3 minutes, and what we're going to do while that happens is we're going to take the potatoes and we're going to arrange them equally in the dishes here. Just add them to the corner there. I'm going to have a second one here. There we go. And the potatoes here. Now we've done that, we'll wait a minute or two until we've simmered the sauce with the peas on it as well. And once we've done that, we're going to add it into the earthenware dishes as well. We're going to crack an egg over it, and we're going to put it into the oven, which we've turned on. It's at 180 degrees, and it's going to go in there for 5-6 minutes maybe, as long as it takes for the egg to cook. You're just going to have a look at it, and it depends on how you like your egg. If you like your egg runny, so long as you're careful with the eggs that you actually buy and are going to have, and make sure they're fresh, you can leave it runny. But for most tastes, I suppose you're going to be somewhere in the middle. So join us in a minute or two when we'll have everything ready to crack the egg over it. Welcome back. We're just finishing off putting the sofrito with the peas and the chorizo over the potatoes into the earthenware dishes we've got here. Again, they're called cazuelas in Spanish, and if they're small you just add ita at the end and it's a cazuelita. The Andalusians have a terrible habit of referring to everything as ito or ita. Everything is small. A sandwichito, tapita, everything's small for them. So we've done that. What we're going to do is we're going to crack an egg over it. Remember, the oven's now at 180, waiting for us to get in there. Try hoping against hope that you don't crack the yolk. Down the middle there. You get a couple of slices of jamón serrano, and you put it on either side. Actually, you surround the egg in it, or rather with it. We're going to go with the second one. That turned out okay. We're going to go with the second one, and we're going to put them in the oven, and when you come back we're going to have a look at what they look like, all nicely done. See you in a minute.
Well, Samuel's finished now, so I've joined him for the most important part, which is eating.
Yeah, of course, because he needs his reward for having done all the camera work. So as you can see, it's all done. It looks really nice. It's a family-oriented type dish. You can do it all in one. You can put 4 or 5 eggs in one big dish, and then people can just serve themselves. And it really is very much a family dish. Just serve it with lots of bread, because there's lots of sauce to mop up. And I think it's probably about time that we get stuck in.
Yeah, so how do we eat this?
Right, so we're just going to split up, take a bit of the ham, break up the egg a little bit there, and we're just going to try a bit of ham, a bit of chorizo, and get some of the sauce as well. And let's see what it's like, eh? What do you think?
Wonderful.
We didn't put much seasoning in it because the chorizo is a very strong flavour, and you tend to find that the chorizo is overpowering enough, and it'll be good in terms of salt and maybe just a little pepper if you fancy it. But it really is quite a simple dish. and really very hearty as well. So I hope you'll enjoy making this, and if Justin will have me back, and if you fancy it, I'll come back soon and we'll try our hand at paella. I think the
we do a paella? What we?
Where?
Not sure where the we came from.
Yeah, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. So keep your comments coming and let us know what you think. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.